Guys, my name is Coach Anthony. I've been a professional boxing teacher for over a decade. I've worked with numerous world-rated professional boxers, world champion boxers, and even amateurs at the Olympic level. Over the years, I've created courses that are going to help you improve in different areas of your boxing, where I teach boxing fundamentals and I teach tactics and I get in depth. Guys, there's going to be a link somewhere on the screen. I want you guys to click it because I'm giving a special offer. I need you guys to invest into yourself. You don't have to walk this boxing journey alone, guys. I'm here to help you, and that's what I really want to do. So click on the link, go ahead, invest into yourself, and learn how to box and stop trying to figure this out on your own. Boxing life. Yo, what's going on, y'all? We are back. We are back at home, man. It's been a long week. Been working hard, man. I know it's late. I don't know if you guys noticed, I got the new setup in the back over here, man. Big shout out to my girl for hooking up the setup. And man, it's been a long week, man. It's been a long week, man. I'm happy to be back. There's been a lot going on. Yesterday was a crazy day. Craziness with Montana Love, craziness with Stevie Sparks. My fighter Raymond Ford got the knockout win. Today we have Floyd Mayweather, Jake Paul, Tommy Fury. There's just a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on in boxing, man. A lot to talk about. But definitely wanted to come on here and get back started with the No Days Off November a little bit more on where I could focus, man. I mean, I was running around. Obviously, I was doing the live streams from wherever I could in the hotel on my cell phone. It was just a crazy situation, man. But super excited. We got the victory, and I'm happy to be back home. Happy to be here to chop it up with you guys, man. And damn, man, let's talk about it, man. Let me see how everybody's doing, man. We got DMC in the building. What's going on, champ? My boy No Farias in the building. What's going on, champ? Champion Mindset. What's up, coach? Congratulations on the win. Appreciate you, man. It was definitely a hell of a fight. Raymond Ford looked extremely good, extremely sharp. He did his thing, man. He did his thing. He followed the game plan. The game plan was to be very aggressive and step to this guy because we felt that Lucas, I'm just going to say Lucas because his first name always messes me up, but we knew that he wasn't good going backwards. We knew that he wanted to come forward. He wanted to be strong. He wanted to try to land a big right hand. And we also knew that Raymond Ford had the skill set to, not get hit with those shots, man, to be quite honest with you, man. So our goal was to push him back. And Raymond Ford came out extremely aggressive from the very beginning. And that's exactly what he did, man. It was actually just a really good, well played out performance, man. Forget Montana, all sizzle, no steak. Damn, that's crazy, man. Montana Love. There's a few things I noticed about Montana. Montana Love is a hell of a fighter, hell of a boxer. For one, for two, big shout out to him, man, because he was looking out for us while we was there. We're looking out for Raymond, really. Just holding him down while he was in Cleveland. He was the hometown guy, so I got nothing but positive things to say about Montana Love as a person. What I did notice about Montana Love, though, was extremely uncomfortable in the pocket, looking to escape, looking to retreat, and it wasn't helping him. And he was getting caught with shots. He also got hit with the headbutt. You know what I mean? Which opened up the eye. I don't think that was going to help him in the fight, obviously. I think that was going to hurt him as the fight continued. But the fight was actually even leading up to that point. Believe it or not, it was actually even, which is crazy to me because he got knocked down, I believe, in the second round. So I don't know how they had it even, but and I also felt that he lost a couple of those early rounds. But Montana, Montana Love still was in position to win that fight if he could have got himself back in the game. It just seemed like he was having a lot of trouble with the pressure that Stevie Sparks brought, and we knew that Stevie Sparks was a good fighter. But I thought Montana would be a little bit more comfortable in the pocket, but he's just really not. He needs to really learn how to fight on the inside. What's up, Coach? Thoughts on the DQ? I think that the DQ was premature. Don't get me wrong. I do believe that we should have zero tolerance for dirty, blatant, dirty boxing. But I do believe that they was in the middle of a tussle, and it was just kind of a situation where they were tussling, and he kind of just released them, and he fell over the rope. So, in my opinion, the fight shouldn't have been stopped. I think that he should have maybe been deducted 2 points. Sometimes you deduct the fighter 2 points. I think he should have been deducted 2 points. I don't think that he should have been. I don't think that the fight should have been stopped. I think that you know the referee kind of just panicked and he just acted off impulse. But I think it was a poor decision, honestly. What's going on? What's going on? Najoa. Now, how do I say your name the right way? Najoa? I think I said it right. Congratulations on the win. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night for us. Definitely was a challenge. We thought it would be more of a challenge, but Raymond Ford handled himself very well. Raymond Ford handled himself very well. So yeah, man, back to that DQ though, man. I just think it was a little bit premature. Did anybody see the Floyd Mayweather fight today? Let me know if you guys saw the the Floyd Mayweather fight. Oh my God, my bad. The Floyd Mayweather fight. I might have lost my voice a little bit here. A lot of people were upset though that a lot of people felt that Montana should have been DQ'd as well though. So it was kind of like mixed emotions. The first scripted exhibition. What do you mean by that, Dave? Let me know. What do you mean by that? Floyd let it play out to the sixth round because Deji was such a movie. Such a novice. Yeah. You know, hey man, it's an exhibition. I think that exhibitions are getting handled a little bit too. How do I put this? People are taking exhibitions a little bit too literally now, and treating them like actual world title or prize fights. We have to remember what the word exhibition is. There was a time where Muhammad Ali did an exhibition with a wrestler. I think that exhibitions in general are exactly what they sound like. There's no winner, no loser. You're there to entertain. And I think that Floyd Mayweather is entertaining, and he's bringing people who are entertaining. If you even look, even though Floyd Mayweather promotes the fights on his Instagrams and stuff, he doesn't like post the highlights of his victories or anything. These are simply just exhibitions, and he's making money and he's doing his thing. So um it might have been scripted. Who knows? Floyd did have a little bit of a eye jammy though, which was real. So he's obviously getting punched for real. I didn't see the fight, but I just think that if it is scripted, it's an exhibition. You know what I'm saying? Hey coach, I heard you speak Espanol the other day. Will you ever do a full video in all Spanish? So I've been thinking about this for some time now. Tell me your opinion on this. So there's another YouTuber. Obviously you guys probably know him by the name of Tony Jeffries. Big shout out to Tony Jeffries. Um, he has a huge YouTube channel that blown up since the pandemic. And we have conversations from time to time, and I actually see that he has a Spanish YouTube channel. And it's funny to me because he doesn't speak Spanish. He's not Latino. You know what I'm saying? And he's using translators. And I'm sure he's going to do them in a bunch of different languages. I mean, he's really aggressively attacking the YouTube market uh, in a very aggressive manner, and it's inspiring to me because I'm like, you know what, I need to go that route. I need to do those things. The issue with me is I'm gonna feel funny bringing a translator in to teach Spanish, but at the same time, I don't feel confident enough in my Spanish to teach it speaking Spanish. So, do you think I should bring in a translator, or do you think I should just get a translator? Because it's just like I feel like if I start saying the words wrong or sound funny, I'm just gonna feel uncomfortable in that area. You know what I'm saying? I speak Spanish just good enough to get by, but I'm not like a super fluent Spanish speaking person, if that makes sense. The fight wasn't going well for Montana. I think he would have gotten smoked. Ref made a bad call. I would have let the fight continue. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, I don't know about getting smoked, but it wasn't going to be easy for him in that fight. He was definitely having a rough night. Garrett Greer. Hi guys. Hey there, pal. How are you, man? Don't know if you ever touched on this before, but what made you start coaching on YouTube? I think what made me start coaching on YouTube was the lack of high quality boxing information that was on YouTube at the time. And honestly, I still feel I feel like there's a lot of people teaching boxing. And of course, every trainer is going to think that about themselves, but I don't think everybody is attacking boxing and teaching it the way we're teaching it here. Obviously, I got Fast Eddie Chambers with me, somebody who was a proven, you know, world title contender, hell of a fighter till this day, fantastic professional record that demonstrates a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching. Basically, like, almost like a cosign, I guess you could say, because he actually could do a lot of the stuff that I'm teaching. I could do the stuff myself as well, but it's dope when you see a professional do it. You know what I mean? Somebody who you've seen fight at the highest level. You guys obviously know I've worked with world champions. I'm working with some, one of the hottest up and coming boxers right now. So I want to bring real boxing, something that a lot of people aren't bringing. A lot of people aren't doing this, what I'm doing, actually working professional boxing and teaching professional boxing on the internet. I think a lot of the people that chose to teach professional boxing or boxing on the internet, uh, they're just monkeying around with it. No disrespect to anybody, but there's no real credibility behind them. And if you really start to analyze and break down what they're teaching, you're kind of like, what are you teaching, man? Like that will never work. Like, why would you even teach that? So I felt it was my duty that if I felt that way inside, to actually teach boxing the right way and actually have the right uh the right demonstrations for you guys to see what it's supposed to be, the whys and the how you do things. You know what I mean? Not just the how, and then the how with no meaning. I want you to really understand when I ask you to do something, it's the same way I would teach Raymond Ford, who's fighting right now, on the zone. You know what I mean? Eddie Chambers, who's fought many times, he's done it. You know what I mean? Professionally, you can go watch him do it. You know what I mean? Tevin Farmer, different guys that I've worked with along my career. So that was my goal. My goal was to bring real quality to you guys, so you guys can be like, you know what? Let me go to Coach Ant for this because I know he's going to give me the real. He's not going to bullshit me. He's going to keep it 100 with me, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to be just like the we're boxing. Check out this angle, boom, 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 and then guys are doing it. But then when you're like, but who is this guy? Like who? Like well, who has he taught? What has he done? What is he currently doing? Why does that look wrong? Because it probably is. You know what I mean? Gio, what's going on, champ? Allen Iverson, 23. What's good, coach? What's going on, my guy? I think fighters need to focus less on putting on a show when they're doing the ring walk and focus on putting on a show in the ring. Hey, man, I mean, I think if you could do both, that's what makes you a superstar. You know, like remember Prince Nazim Hamed? I mean, I remember when Prince Nazim Hamed fought Kevin Kelly. I think it took him like 25 minutes before he got into the ring. It was like incredibly long freaking ring walk. But um he he also put on a show in the ring. You know what I mean? He was a fantastic fighter, fun to watch. You know what I mean? Now, granted, he did lose to Marco Antonio Barrera, but leading up to that, he was knocking guys out and he was putting on a hell of a show. And I think that the goal is to do both. You know, your ring walk shouldn't affect your boxing. You know what I'm saying? It should just be a ring walk. And then when you box, it should be boxing. You know what I mean? I just think that some guys aren't that good. You know, that's just what it is. You know what I mean? A lot of guys, when they step up in class, they get exposed. And that's just what it comes down to. You know, I mean, you can only do what you can do. Trust me, if these fighters can knock you out in one round and really put on a show, they would. You know what I'm saying? They would. Like, who wants to go out there and not look good? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to go out there and do a poor job? The problem is they're having resistance. They can't do the stuff. Like it's because the guys they're fighting aren't allowing them to. So, you know, it's boxing, man. These guys are human. You know what I mean? They're trying to be entertainers and fighters because a lot of times you get guys who could fight and nobody knows who they are because they don't entertain us. And then what do we say to them there? What do we say to those guys? The guys that could fight but can't sell tickets. You know, guys like Boo Boo Andrade, who was a fantastic fighter, but he can't sell a ticket. You know, and then you're like, oh well, he should have marketed himself, or oh he should have you know been more marketable. So now we're criticizing those guys for not being marketable. Then we got the guys who are marketable, but then we're criticizing their boxing skills. We're never happy. You feel what I'm saying? The goal is to try to do both, and unfortunately, it's difficult because listen, you're not just gonna let a guy whoop your ass. You're gonna fight back. You know what I mean? So that's what it comes down to. What do you think of Puerto Rican prospect Zayas? And who are your top three Puerto Rican fighters of all time? Mine is one Gomez, two Trinidad, three Jose Torres. Um, that's tough, man. That's really tough because there were so many fantastic Puerto Rican fighters in our history, and I probably haven't seen all of them, to be honest. But due to what I've seen, my top three, it's gonna be hard for me to put it as top three best. But I'll just say top three favorite. Number one was my number one favorite was Felix Trinidad. He's the reason that I put on a pair of boxing gloves. And you know, I gotta pay him homage. If it was no Trinidad, I don't know if I would have ever really took boxing as serious as I did. You know, Trinidad inspired me. So I gotta give Felix Trinidad that title. Now, is he the best out of the Puerto Ricans? I'm not gonna say he is. He's just my personal number one. Number two, I probably say Wilfredo Benitez. Um, I believe Wilfredo Benitez had this really good upper body movement and defense, very slick. I think that I probably like how he boxes better than Felix Trinidad. And number three, I'm gonna have to say Miguel Cotto. I mean, Miguel Cotto proved himself in our era as a guy who would fight everybody, and he was good at it. So those are my three. But that's not to say that those are the best three. You see what I'm saying? Those are just my personal three. Thoughts on Khalil Cole performance? I didn't get a chance to see Khalil, man. When we got to the arena, Khalil already fought. So I didn't get a chance to see it, man. They had him on super early. We were in the transporting. We were being transported from the hotel to the arena when he was fighting. So I didn't get a chance to see Khalil Cole actually fight, but cool dude. Chopped it up with him after the fight. He hung out with us. So good kid, man. I didn't get a chance to see him fight though. I didn't get a chance to see Khalil Cole. I didn't get a chance to see Richardson Hitchens. I didn't get a chance to see the females fight. Uh, I saw Tapia fight. Tapia had a hell of a fight. He lost. Could have been a draw. It was a very close fight. You know what I'm saying? It looked like a close fight, but it wasn't a close fight when they gave the points. Um, Obviously, saw the Montana Love fight. And I forgot who else fought on that card, but yeah. Drew Johnson, what up? Zab Judah, Bernard Hopkins, Ray Leonard. I'm guessing those are your top three favorite fighters. Let's keep these Q&As going, guys. And for the record, man, don't forget to check out CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. If you ever want me to help you with your boxing, whether you're a coach, fighter, and you want me to help maybe put a plan together for you, really tell you where you're at with your boxing skills, put you through a program that we have right now, Coach Anthony 2.0, maybe for you. All you got to do is fill out the questionnaire, book a call with me. The call is absolutely free. And then we'll see if we can go to the next step, see if I can help you. You know what I mean? Make sure you guys check out CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. Coach Anthony 2.0 is basically taking the courses that I've already put together and taking it to a whole nother level where it's customized just for you. Courses are fantastic. You're going to learn a lot and you can put yourself through the courses however you want to. But when you go ahead and you work with me personally, obviously it's going to be personalized due to where you are, due to where you're trying to go, exactly how I would train you in person, except I'm going to be guiding you. Obviously, if I'm not with you, I have to guide you. You know what I mean? But it's been working for the people who've signed up. People love it. So check it out. Pound for pound king. Did the rep do the right thing, or should he have deducted points from Love? I mean, I already answered this. I think he should have deducted the points. I don't think they should have stopped the fight. Drew Johnson, what's going on, my guy? How you been, man? You good? Hey, coach, what's going on, champ? Kyle Turner, what's going on? All right, guys. Well, we're gonna keep it short today, man. I'll be on here tomorrow. We'll talk some more. I have some things in store for you guys this week, man. I'm super excited for the week coming when it comes to this, to what we got going on, man. So tomorrow I'll fill you guys in a little bit more in detail with what I got lined up for the week, man. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. So you guys are gonna definitely need to have your pens and pads ready. Let me answer a few more questions before I get out of here. What do you rank bags in boxing for most useful, important? Heavy bag, double N, etc. I would rank heavy bag number one, double N bag number two, speed bag number three. Ruiz versus Wilder. Do you think it's a no chance for Ruiz to win because he ain't mobile enough? No, I don't think that's true. I think that Ruiz has a chance to win, but he can't win the way he's been fighting lately, not punching. He has to let his hands go more. So if you ask me, you can't just stand in front of Wilder without letting your hands go. He needs to be aggressive. He has the speed, he has the technique, but sometimes he doesn't have that grit. It seems like he just takes his foot off the gas. So with the way he's been fighting as of recent, I don't like it. Uh, but he does have a chance, because he is a quality puncher and he is a quality guy when he lets his hands go. You know what I mean? But a lot of the times he holds his punches. He doesn't let his hands go. I don't understand. What's going on punching people? What did you think about Jenny Beck's performance? People saying he got exposed. I didn't even see it. I did not even see it. Was he on yesterday's card? Was he on the card with us yesterday, or was he fighting today? Hey, coach, what type of boxing style does Jake Paul use? um, Beginner boxing. Um, he's learning. He's learning. I would say he's using novice boxing skills. He's learning. He's just very strong. He's very determined and he's very strong and he's in shape. So those qualities is what's carrying him at this stage. He proved that he could fight 8 rounds. A lot of people can't even do 2 rounds, 1 round. He's doing 8 rounds. So he's in shape. He's obviously an athlete. He's obviously taking the sport seriously. He understands that, you have to be in shape and you have to work on your craft daily to improve. So, with those things being said, he's doing the right things, but he doesn't have a style that you can actually compare him to anybody. He's Jake Paul, he's learning, and he's paying his dues in his own way. He's not paying his dues traditionally. He's not necessarily like fighting through the amateurs and then going through the pro ranks, fighting professional fighters the way, but he is doing it in his own way. He is fighting professional athletes, right? He did beat 3 UFC guys. So that's what he's doing, man. But he's a beginner. He's still a beginner. He's fairly relatively green. Yesterday, yeah, I didn't see him. He must have been on the card with us, man, but I did not see him. Keep these questions rolling, ladies and gentlemen. If not, I'm gonna roll up out of here. And put together the plan for this week, man, for No Days Off November, man. I want to touch on certain topics, some real topics that I want to touch on this week to really bring you guys some real value. But I am I'm back in town. So if you guys want to ask a few more questions, I am here for you. So you guys are more than welcome to ask. Who do you like between Cepeda? I think it's a good fight, man. That's a good one. That's a hard one to pick. Um, should be very interesting, honestly. Who do you got? What's your knowledge with fighters recovering from bicep surgery and how to continue to fight? This is a good one, man. This is one that I'm gonna have to bring in Eddie Chambers for because Eddie Chambers actually tore his bicep when he fought Thomas Adamek, and he has actual experience tearing a bicep in a fight, and he actually continued to fight. So what I'm gonna do is um, get Eddie to answer that question. I wonder if I can get Eddie to answer that question right now. Let me see if I get Eddie right now for you, man. See what I do for you guys, man? Get my resources real quick. Yo, what you doing, bro? Can you hop on a live real quick? You heard me? I got a guy who asked me a question, man, that only you can answer. So that's what I'm trying to see. No, I'll send it to you right now. All right, bro. Give me a second. Check your email. Check your email. So listen, this is all I gotta say. Who do you know on YouTube that does boxing tutorial videos that you could show up to their live, ask a question, and then they get on the phone and call a professional fighter to get on the live at 10:48 p.m. on a Sunday to get on here and answer the question? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I'll wait. Can somebody put in the chat which one of these YouTubers who do boxing tutorial videos can you go on their live chat, ask a question, they get their resources on the phone, and within a few minutes, we're going to have Eddie Chambers on here to answer a specific question about an injury. I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know if you guys could put the name on right here of the YouTuber who could do this for you, who's also involved with professional boxing currently, not 10, 15, 20 years ago. Literally was just on the zone last night. I'm just curious. Just curious, guys. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, go to the website, coachanthonyboxing.com. Okay. If you want to support me, grab a course. All right, we got discounts on there. Sign up to the 2.0. See if 2.0 can help you, man. If I'm doing these on lives, what do you think we're gonna do um, when we work with you personally in a personalized setting? You know what I'm saying? Just putting it out there. You know what I mean? Anyway, we got Fast Eddie Chambers. Eddie,
Yo,
a dude
you hear
asked me
me?
a question, right?
Yeah.
Dude asked me a question, and I said I got the perfect person who can answer the question, right?
Okay.
Now, this is what I just asked the chat. I said, who do you know out of all these YouTubers? You got all these YouTubers with more subscribers than us, more followers than us,
That's a
more
fact.
engagement than us, right?
Hmm.
I'm not throwing shade. Big shout out to them. I respect their hustle. Well, who can they go on their live, ask the question, and I say, let me call one of my professional resources so we can answer the question for them. Who
Okay.
like who's doing that on YouTube?
That's a good question.
Nobody's doing that.
I don't know.
Nobody's doing that.
I really don't. I really don't know any.
Listen, I just want to know. I want to know why there's not 1,023 people in my live right now. You see what I'm trying to say? I just want to know. But anyway, we had a gentleman right now who asked the question. Let me go ahead and find this question. And my man right here said, respect nobody. Thank you, man. I appreciate you acknowledging that. Okay. Now let me see if I could find the question. Okay, Mike Hawk. Big shout out to Mike Hawk. What's your knowledge with recovering from bicep surgery and
Mm,
continuing to fight? Well,
mm,
Eddie Chambers, somebody with bicep. Can you show? Oh, you can't show people your bicep. You got a hoodie on, right?
yeah, yeah. It'll be hard to see. I gotta.
That's
But
all right.
it was
But
the major
anyway,
ten. It was the major tendon connecting the elbow, the bicep to the elbow, and from the elbow area. Um, Honestly though, you just listen to the doctor or whatever surgeon. If you got a good surgeon, um, and he repairs it obviously, and tells you to lay off. I thought they said initially like, look, 3 months and you'll be good. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it's only gonna be a 3 month thing. After I got the surgery, the when it healed and everything, like the cut and everything heals. I was like, okay, good. So as soon as the cut heals, I go back at the stitches taken out or whatever, or get them, to look at it, see how it's moving. Because it got a little smaller in my arm because I really wasn't able to do much with it. And then they said, okay, cool, now you can start rehab. So I was like, start rehab. I was like, all right. He said, yeah, it's gonna be about another 4 to 6 weeks, maybe even 2 months. I was like, all right, cool. So they gave me a certain amount of time. I did the rehab. So I come up after the rehab. That was like another 2 months. So it was 3 months plus like two, let's say. So that's 5 months. I'm thinking like, yo, we're good. Let's go. I can go back to everything. And they was like, nah, you still got like another good 3, 4 months maybe before you need before you can actually go back to fighting. I was like, what? I thought y'all said 3 months. He said 3 months and then rehab. He's like, nah, we were just saying 3 to 6 months just to get you back into where you can start actually working out again. For competition and getting back to the height, you want to need about 8 months to a year. I was like, what? I was like, man, hell no. You know what I mean? But it's a good thing that I listened and I didn't go back right away because and the funny thing is I had one of my best performances in that particular fight. And I felt like shit, I could beat everybody. You know what I mean? That was my confidence was at the all-time high. And then for them telling me, "Oh no, you got to wait for almost a year before you can get back in the ring," I was like, "That's crazy." It really put me kind of like in a not in
well,
a down, not in a
okay,
down.
but your situation might be different from Mike. I don't know if Mike is a professional athlete, like you were fighting. You know what I'm saying at the
Yeah,
highest
yeah, yeah,
boxing
yeah.
when this happened to you. So my
But
thing to you is, how long before maybe he can get back to hitting heavy bags and shadow boxing and things of those things?
you should be at, after the rehab process, and you should still continue rehab even after you're done rehabbing. You should still do some of the same exercises, whatever they had you doing, continue them, and then get back into if you do strength work like weights and stuff like that, start extremely light. Don't go crazy. Don't try to do any explosive stuff because you could easily pop that shit out. I would say once you get to the 6 to 7 month period, time frame, especially if you're talking about the same area that I'm talking about.
Well, let me see. He
If,
just posted something because I got the button procedure where they attach the tendons to my humerus bone. I'm 2 months
yeah,
post-op, but will take more to fully heal.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. So he's,
Anything you had?
yeah, yeah, I think it's the same one. It's from the bottom. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly. I think that's almost exactly what I had. Is what he got because mine was in the same spot. I wish I could show it to you. It's from my forearm into my into the bottom. Like the bottom where the bottom of it connects into it. So yeah, yeah, yes.
What do you think?
It's gonna be it's gonna be a little time.
What
Hmm?
causes a bicep to tear in a fight? Is it due to like some sort of
Well,
training
it
or anything like that, and then boxing, or is it just
well,
something that happens from boxing?
most times they say it's a freak accident happens. You can't really detect it. There's really nothing you can
Because
necessarily
you
say.
remember when I was sparring Mike that one time, and I caught him
Yeah,
with a hook, and I immediately was like, I dropped my
yeah,
arm because I
yeah,
thought I tore my bicep.
yeah. It can
Remember
happen like that. But see, you can
that
tell your
day?
bicep.
That day I was actually doing biceps in the gym and sparred Mike uh without planning it, right? That was like
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
you want to spar. I was like, okay, I forgot that I did biceps that day.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
look,
when I threw
these
that
things can.
hook, I was like, oh, I really thought I tore
You
it.
thought
Thank
you
God
tore it,
I must have just strained it.
but there are different places you can tear your bicep, and where you might have like probably like might have thought you were tearing it from was like in the middle, like the actual
Yeah,
bicep muscle.
I felt it right,
Exactly, exactly where he's feeling it or where he has the injury is the tendon, where it attaches
like right here.
into the forearm. Yeah. So what happens is it all depends. Some people, man, they don't even go get surgery and they just, let it heal. I mean, I don't know. It just depends on the people, the person and what you're doing. But if you got that thing that's attached to your forearm and it tears, you can't. You'll literally lose almost all strength in that particular area. You know what I mean? So it can heal. You'll be able to move. You'll be able to do it normally, but there's not going to be enough strength in there, and the connection is just not going to be right. So what you need is once he's post op, like he said, he's out of the operating. He's good now as far as the repair. Now he has to go through the process of recovery. And in my opinion, go through the process as you're supposed to. But once you get to a certain point, start getting into the rehab process, incorporate bands, stretching techniques, strengthening the little muscles. Please, I think a lot of people do not think about that as much as they should. A lot of people think about, oh, I got to do these heavy lifts, these big weights, and all that, and they're strengthening the large muscle, the prime mover, but they're not thinking about the connective tissue. And that's where a lot of people get injuries because they're getting so strong in certain areas, but that the connective tissue can't really deal with the heightened strength. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to strengthen that area too. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss. And that's why they tear different ligaments and tendons in the process of getting stronger and better and more athletic. So you got to do both. And in this case, you already had an injury. My advice would be strengthen those little muscles, get the connective tissue to be as strong or stronger than what you're doing with the other muscles, and it'll genuinely keep you away from these, re-injuring that particular muscle or in the other muscles. You know what I mean? Where be it in your legs or your arms. So uh, for me, especially since I'm always like I'm playing ball all the time and hitting the bags and sparring and doing all the stuff that I do all kind of stuff constantly. I'm always trying to do balance work for my upper body and lower body, using the foam rollers. You know what I mean? Bosu balls, all kind of different things, just to keep my body kind of as limber as possible and as mobile and balanced too. Like I said, I'm always working the little muscles, not just the big muscles when it comes to training.
Yeah. Well, I think that
Yeah,
was a pretty full, detailed answer, Mike. There, but the truth of the fact of the matter is, I think the main thing that people should take away from this is
yeah,
listen to your doctor. I
yeah.
think that a lot of times
That's a fact.
a lot of people ask people like us You know, like I get guys all the time, hey, coach, I got a wrist injury. What should I do? And it's always the same answer. Listen to your doctor. I mean, I'm a boxing coach. I teach people the fundamentals and the strategies and the science of boxing, but I'm not a doctor. Now, yes, I have experience with injuries, and yes, I've been through injuries, plenty of them, plenty of them. I've worked with people who've had injuries, but still, ask that's like asking your doctor how to slip a jab and come back with a counter punch. Like, even if he boxes, even if he's a doctor who goes to the boxing gym, you probably rather go to me for that, and you probably rather go to him for your injuries. So just listen to your doctor, and but at the same time, do your own research. Go down those rabbit holes and try to really learn the most you can about your body to try to speed up the recovery process without having to take, you know, any kind of drugs. And if you can avoid, you know, surgeries, I'm always a fan of that. But if you already had one, obviously now it's about rehab. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing to take away from this. Boxing on the edge, fabulous answer. I have a bicep injury too. Great to know to strengthen the smaller muscles. Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
So
People
Eddie,
forget.
I'm actually gonna get off when we get off of here. I want to actually go over some things with you because I'm gonna try to coordinate a good schedule with you this week. Maybe you can get you on here once or twice this week, uh,
Okay.
maybe 3 times if we're lucky, and really talk on specific topics. Obviously, I was away last week. Raymond Ford fought yesterday.
He
Um,
looked good, by the way. I
you saw
watched that.
that?
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah,
Strong.
yeah. So we got obviously we got the 8th round KO against a tough guy who was 25-1, never been stopped. Just had a draw with a top contender. It was supposed to be a huge test for Ray. And what I really liked about the fight yesterday, Eddie, is that we had a game plan from the beginning of camp to press him and stop this guy. That was the
That
game
was the plan.
because we knew that he was a guy who came forward, but we also noticed that he didn't fight well going backwards. So we knew to go forward, go forward, go forward. If you look at his fight previous to that, the game plan was to box. So people seen Raymond box, and in this fight, they got to see a little bit of the aggressive side of him. So it just shows that game planning works. If you know, if you drill these things in the gym day in and day out, day in and day out, day in and day out, you know what I mean? But yeah, I definitely want to go over some things with you so we can go over and we'll talk about it after, man. But I think the people
Okay.
will be really, really excited about what we got coming up this week. We got
Yes, sir.
appreciate y'all. Looks like I've been doing it good then. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I knew Eddie would be the perfect person to answer that question. That's why I brought him on here.
Yeah.
Again,
Safe
guys,
state.
you guys already know, man. Go to the website, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com, man. Book a call. And we even get Eddie on these calls, man, if you guys are serious, man. So book a call with me, man. See if we can help you with your boxing journey. Check out the courses. We'll be on this week. I'm definitely going to need you guys to press the bell notification so you know when I am live, okay? Hit the bell notification. And also, if you don't have my phone number, text me at 215-709-5437. So therefore, when I do go live, I always like to send out text messages to remind people. So make sure you're on that list right there. And when we end the live, go to the descriptions and check out the newsletter, check out the ebook, check out all those different free goodies that I have in there, so we can keep in touch throughout the week, man. I'm out of here. Peace.